It's a marvelous Monday. That's right. We got a lot to go on. We really do. What's crazy is I'll be on the road tomorrow, so we probably will not have a show of any kind. I'm going to try to put together a video for tomorrow. See what happens there. Wild stuff, everybody. We got folks over on the Green Machine and on the Tube and on X. Hello. Woo-hoo. In fact, let's say hi to some folks this morning on our way to a marvelous Monday, like the first Dragon Queen. There she is. Hello, young lady. Wild Manny Yavin says, nice. I'm envious. I need to take a week off. Everybody needs a week off. Stoner Poopus Q Burr needs a week off. Maybe. I don't know. Good to see you, Wild Man. Of course, we got Keely Chow in the house. Good to see you, Keely. Hope you're doing well. Roll Tide, my friend. Ms. Pick-Cafe, good morning, dear. And all the lovely wrenches at sea. Barry the Music Man, hello. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hey, do I look different? Does this guy look different? What happened? Good to see everybody this morning. I have a feeling somebody's going to say something. You and Kimia is in the house. Good to see you. We got George Peach. Good morning. Happy Memorial Day indeed. Just remember what this day is about, folks. The folks that gave the last full measure. Hold them in the highest of regard. That's our job. Jedi Master is here. I hold him in high regard. How's it going, friend? Hope you're doing well. All right, we got Morgan King out there. Hey, our very own warlord. And, of course, Jan Monroe. Hi, y'all. That's right. What kind of day has it been so far? It's been busy. I have family traveling around the planet. Juliet, good morning, dear. Welcome from the UK. Hope you're doing well across the pond. An American holiday you don't have over there. Lord Thoth is up there in the Great White North. Good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well. A few other folks bouncing around out there. Of course, the lovely Dr. Jill, the River Daughter, and many, many other things everywhere. There's the Smoking Man, Cash Kester. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. Randall Orzer. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Look at all these great people in here this morning. Penny. Penny's out there. Grandkids keeping me hopping. Isn't that fun? Fat Elvis is out there smashing thumbs. DK Bones, 1977. Hello, everybody. Hello. Frank's here. Everybody say hi to Frank. Frank is here. That's right. Wild stuff. There's Timmy. Tim Hayes. Tom Hubbard's out there. Good morning. Good morning to you. And Commander Ed Straker of Shadow. Good to see you, Commander Shepard. Bill Blum. What's up? Something. That's right. Anything. Happy Memorial Day, William King. Indeed. Tender Warrior. Good morning, Tender Warrior. Hope you're doing well. We do not forget your sacrifice. That's right. Wow, CC, please don't recognize. Wow, almost don't recognize you. Are you the real CC? Yeah, well, the real CC, please stand up. I'm right here. I told you all this was coming. I warned you. I look very much less Mountain Manny. Mountain Manny? Okay. Emotionally unstable amphibian. How are you, friend? Jed's in the house. What's up, Jed? Apex. Nice beard trim. Culture, that's right. That's what happens when you take a razor to your face. Libby Priest. Hello. Houston, hello. What's up, Andy? Zombie Box Reviews. Staccato DDS with the generosity here. $9.99 to say, you look at least 10 years younger. Thank you, Staccato. Very kind. And thank you for the $10 super chat. And with that, friends, 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you're and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6-Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. And I'm going to tell you right now, between the ad campaigns and everything else, it does look very positive for Spencer Pratt versus Karen Bass and the communist that's also there on the screen. I have a feeling Spencer is going to do something that hasn't been done in a long time and take out the trash in California, at least in the Los Angeles area. But we'll have to see. The mayor race is, it's really only a 2-horse race, but they show you 3 horses. Why? Well, because they want you to not pick the guy in the middle. But, hey, look, there is good news in Hollywood, and one of those pieces of good news is the fact that Michael is nearing 800 million. I think it may have crossed it. And Devil Wears Prada's at 600 million globally. These are big numbers. These are numbers we're used to seeing back before we had the global crisis in 2020. We'll see if they continue. I think we're going to have a better summer than we did last year. Laz Alonso and his The Boys spinoff pitch, it looks like Vought Rising might be something that we're going to see and enjoy. There's a lot being talked about right now here, despite the fact that Kripke did his very level best to kill off anybody's interest in The Boys. We've got Nicolas Cage saying that Christopher Nolan won't call him back because he turned down Insomnia. He says that they get their fifis hurt. You know what? That's true in Hollywood. And it doesn't surprise me. Nolan's kind of a prima donna, and you can tell that by the stunt casting in his latest film. As Star Citizen, if you know what that is, it's a game, hits $1 billion in lifetime funding, Cloud Imperium chiefs reveal fan impact. Squadron 42 is in the closing stages of development. That's the single-player campaign they've been working on for a very long time. Moving on, we've got Obsession star Megan Lawless unpacking Sarah's big scene. This lady is going to be a big thing in Hollywood. I promise you, there's a lot of awards going to go to Obsession this year. Horror, comedy, romance, I don't know, but it's something. Star Wars Mandalorian was something too, not a good something. It's seizing $97 to $98 million in the 4-day opening. That's a little bit under the $100 million mark, if that's what it ends up at. They're touting an A- cinema score. Obsession went up. If you watch today's box office video, which I released earlier this morning, you'll notice that Obsession went up. Most of the other movies went down. That's very strange. And the box office, Variety's trying to sell this $102 million over the Memorial Day weekend. I don't think it's going to get there. But Obsession got $28 million. Second huge weekend, a second weekend that went up. That's rare in Hollywood. And look, the Hollywood Reporter wants to tell you that this movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu, won't lose money. Yeah, it's probably going to lose money. It's already on pace to do worse than Solo. If you've watched any of Marvin's coverage or anybody else over on that Park Place. But yeah, it's not going to rescue Star Wars either. No, it's not. And the suspect that decided to exchange gunfire with the Secret Service near the White House over the weekend, well, they didn't make it. The very mentally ill person that was known to law enforcement. That was crazy. Colbert follows up his CBS finale, where he was trolled epically by everybody else, doing a hilarious hour of Michigan public access TV with Jack White, Jeff Daniels, Eminem, Steve Buscemi, and Byron Allen. Byron Allen's going to be replacing him with his comics. That's interesting, I think. Somebody else said goodbye over the weekend. Sherry Shepherd is ending her talk show after 4 years. It's a bittersweet end, but I got to tell you, it is what it is. It is what it is. TV needs to make money for it to stay on the air. And speaking of staying on the air, Warsh was sworn in as Fed chair. This is somebody that's going to stay on the air at the Fed. And is going to do a good job replacing Powell, Jerome Powell, who was the worst possible manager of money ever in the history of the Fed. We need to close the Fed, audit the Fed, and eliminate the Fed. We need to get back to money being worth something and not fiat. Trump's immunity from IRS audit shocks experts. No, it just shocks the AP, who warn it could undermine trust in the tax system. I have no trust in the tax system. I don't think anybody that's an American has any trust in the tax system. I could be wrong, but I'm speaking for myself. No trust. The travel industry is worrying that the Trump administration is reiterating threat to sanctuary city airports. Well, yeah. Imagine if the feds decide that if you're a sanctuary city, you do not get to fly. You don't get to operate those airports. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? It seems like a good way to enforce federal law. Is you know what your airport no more no mas no more flying. Have a nice day. Oh, and no TSA and none of the other stuff that you enjoy from the feds either. Finally, SpaceX launched their biggest rocket. It's a beefed up Starship. It's version 3. This launch was fantastic on Friday. I thought it was cool as heck. A lot of people watched it. Yep. It went on a test flight, an upgraded version that NASA's counting on to land astronauts on the moon. It made its debut 2 days after he announced he was taking the company public. That IPO is going to be very valuable. Finally, today's bear story. Bear sightings in Algood and Cookville. Police departments are warning everybody on the 24th. That was Sunday at 4 in the afternoon. Hopefully, if you are aware of the bear, you won't be anywhere near there. Safety notices for the black bear were posted and announced. But congratulations to everybody who stayed well away. And there's that. We did have another bear thing that got sent to me over the weekend. I just want to say I appreciate these things very much. Let's take a look at this bear. How'd he get up there? And what kind of trouble was he in? I mean, let's be honest. That's a pretty complicated amount of trouble. And still managing to just stay perched up there. The fact that the wiring is holding is pretty cool. I think, anyway. I'm weird, though. Hey, Carl, how's it going? May God bless our troops, please, those who fought and served for this land, this country, for this nation. Let their service may not be in vain, as we pay our respects to the veterans and those who gave the last full measure. I'll add that on myself. Tender Warrior drops 5 Culture Casino memberships in the chat. That is much appreciated. I love that. You're adding to the green total around here. We're going green, but in a good way, not with the climate panic that they've been trying to shuffle for a long time. Morning Culture in chat says Razorburn, our favorite rivet head. We had a few of you drop in while we were live this morning. Let's take a look and see who else is out there in the world. We got a lot of people this morning. We got Scott Westbrook being very generous and dropping 5 Culture Casino memberships as well. Barry the Music Man early on dropped a coffee in the chat with the word tired. Oh, I understand that. Let me tell you. Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. And my good pal, Mark Fields, who's been sending me super thanks on videos lately, saying positive vibes to you all. Have a wonderful day. I hope everybody has an incredible holiday. I hope you take advantage of the Monday holiday. Truly. Truly. We have some member chats as well. Let's get to those real quickly. I don't want to get yelled at by Ms. Pick Cafe. Member. In fact, Ham the Third in the house says 39 months. He says, hello, Cece. How you doing? I'm good. I'm doing great. Don't I look great? I was told I look 10 years younger. Well, I'm not wearing a Santa Claus beard. That probably helps. Losing weight and getting back in shape. Round is a shape, but I don't think I wanted to be round anymore. And yeah, I got a couple other doctor's appointments to hit up over the course of the next few months, and then I'll be a fair sailing. Our good friend Jedi Master out there celebrating 15 months of membership says, have a great day, Culture. I hope you have a great day, Jedi Master. Thanks for being out there, friend. And to all of you, thank you. Thank you. This is a good day. This is a good day. What a fun day, I think. I got packing to do. I got a lot of stuff to do. I was gonna try to make an appearance on Midnight's Edge in the morning, but I'm not gonna make it. This isn't gonna work. Sean says Chris Nolan keeps ghosting me as well. I think he's going to ghost an entire audience. I mean, I just, I just think you can't go that hard in the paint on the messaging and not get some backlash. Muqtadir Ali is in the house. Good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well. After losing 30 pounds, I want a slice of pizza. Well, I understand that. Doc's in the house. Says, looking good, Culture Casino. Thank you very much, Doc. Appreciate it. Karate Commando says, hello, Culture Casino. Hello, Houston. Hello. Release the McCracken. What is up, Robbie? Hope you're doing well, buddy. 3 member chats. I think I got 2 of them. I have an MRI tomorrow. That'll be fun. Yeah, just make sure not to wear anything metal. I see you trimmed the beard, says Kenny. Well, it's mostly gone. Yeah. I actually did it the proper way this time. I did a reasonable job of shaving off the fur, and then I went to the barber and had the complete package, including the haircut. So, yeah, and the donation. So there's that. You look a different person. Well, a little bit, a little bit. John's arm's doing better. That's good to hear. One member chat from First Dragon Queen says, who gets to cause chaos all week? Me. Hugs for all. Hugs to you, dear. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, no one is an incredible gaslighting, pandering fool. Thank you for that. And correct. Correct. Actually, Elapor. I think Paige is going to be playing Elapor. So he's creating the new progressive normal where anyone can be anything. Well, there's that. There's that. I'm gonna double check my member chats. You must feel lighter. I do. I do. I look younger, according to Mars Monkey Max. Thank you. Thank you for that. Stone Cold Loki in the house saying hi to ZBR. You guys should check out Zombie Box Reviews, Andy. Andy's been a moderator and a creator for a long time. And, well, thank you, Karate Commando, saying, you look great, Culture. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. Oh, WG Actual in the house for 20. Culture Casino Cash saying, your barber must have PTSD. True story. All jokes aside, here's some money. Thank you, WG Actual. Much appreciated. Oh, my goodness. It was an adventure, let's say. And it was a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. The hair alone was a task. And getting it that long so that it can be donated. And again, it's now basically collar length, and it'll just grow from there. And I'm going to keep it pretty close to this. I'm going to look more like Keanu Reeves than even Keanu does these days, probably going forward. That may have been my last major donation of hair. We'll see. Depends. The mood always strikes me. You got a Rumble rant from our good friend Cat Slave. So let's take a look at the rant. I'm sure it's here on this side. Let's see. ZBR says, I miss the weird gray wizard look, but looking great. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate it. And our lovely, the First Dragon Queen says, dye your beard. Steve and Vash can have a triplet. There you go. Nah, I don't do any of that stuff. I know there are men who, color their hair and everything else. I've never done stuff like that. It's never been my ting. My ting. Yeah. And let's see. We're gonna look up celebrate, dance to the music. Well, over on the Greed Machine, Cat Slave says for 5 culture cash. Let's see if I can blow this up. I can't get it on the screen. I don't know why it didn't appear. Who is that stranger on the screen? Well, it's me. It's me, Mario. Yeah, the hand puppet was the best actor in Mandalorian. You mean, Bobo Frick or whatever his name is? Oh, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, this was a low stakes, low effort if I've ever seen one from Jean Favreau. I don't blame Favreau. Like you say in my review and in today's video, if you caught the box office review video this morning, um, it's really crazy. Why is the bear wearing Birkenstocks? I don't know about that. It was really weird to see that. So I want to say thank you again. People who follow me on X have been sending me great things, great bear things. I love it. So, but yeah, I don't know why the bear's wearing Birkenstocks, Berkeys. No clue. I sent an SC bright and oily this AM. You have a package coming to you this Tuesday or Wednesday. Thank you, Walter Tomaszewski. Now, the PO box will be checked upon in my absence, so no worries there. I just won't see it until I return. So there are several items supposedly arriving this week. So I have things to take with me on my adventure cross country. So that'll be interesting. So can I color my goatee like blue or something? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I am gonna order some more hats though. So there's that. And thank you, Cat Slave, over on the green machine, and everybody else that's over there like crazy white boy. Good to see you. Yeah, Paige is rumored to be Elapor. I know a lot of people thought it was a different figure, but I think I've seen confirmation of Elapor. I can't wait to have breakfast. I'm kind of hungry. 11 Alpha says Favreau is more interested in having stupid political takes these days. Yeah, he's really kind of done some silly stuff lately. Disappointing, honestly. But again, it wouldn't be Hollyweird without Hollyweird takes. So, well, eh, I don't know if she's in charge, but Sigourney Weaver was an interesting choice. Somebody mentioned in the chat um, after my honest review take on it. By the way, my score dropped from a 7 to a 6 because originally I had scored it as a 7 because I was trying to argue that it was just if you looked at it as a movie and not as a Star Wars movie, it was not the worst thing in the world. But separated by a few days from seeing it now, it has gone lower in my opinion, and I allow for that. I mean, sometimes things elevate themselves over time, sometimes they don't. If I were to watch Project Hail Mary for a fifth time, I probably would elevate that film because it's been that engaging. Star Wars, if I never see another Star Wars anything, it'll be fine. And that's the problem is they created an audience apathy that is really kind of a bummer. So, yeah. Why is Sigourney Weaver there? They needed a powerful whammon in a position of authority. That's the only excuse there that I have. It could have been anybody. I was kind of disappointed in the fact that she was leading the squadron. That was uh, not was really it should have been Gina. Honestly, they should have brought Gina back. That would have been better. Would have put to bed a lot of things. But yeah. Chief William Schweikert, hello, my friend, and thank you. Thank you for your service, sir. Says, I just watched your box office review video, and I will gladly watch it again before I go see The Mandalorian and Grogu. Just be aware, um, like I said, it feels like 3 or 4 episodes of the show smooshed together. You can almost see the fault lines. I guess John's review of it, according to some folks in the chat the other day. Jeremy Johns's review had credits in the places where the where the different episodes would end. Um, I think I mentioned in the video yesterday that I could count on one hand um, the interesting things in the film, but I could count on both hands the number of times I was bored. There's a lot of boring in this Star Wars. Star Wars is not supposed to be boring. They tried to make up for it by giving you lots of action sequences and set pieces and stuff. Yeah, no. There was a lot of practical sets, but there was also definitely some digital stuff done as well. And you could certainly tell, like I said. Culture's lack of beard is freaking me out. Well, Mr. Tickle Trunk, I'm very sorry. Yeah, I no longer have the beard. Just dye it pink. No, Andy, I will not. That's something people in the UK would do. No, not here. Not here. Not this guy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Eliopore was the guy who did that thing. Elopore. Yeah. Speaking of Elio, yeah, this it won't be as catastrophic as Elio, but it's going to reveal something that we've known for a long time, which is Star Wars is toast. Toasty. I think in the end, we're gonna look back on the opening of the film and recognize that it was a catastrophic failure. I mean, this headline again. I'll show it one more time because we talked about it in the 6 minute segment itself. But the Blandalorian in Grogu, and I started calling it Grey Goose, won't lose money. They don't know that, and based on $165 million budget, that's not what they actually spent. Plus, they've spent at least 100 to 150 in marketing. Um, the only honest part of this is it may not rescue Star Wars either. No, it definitely won't rescue Star Wars. In fact, the last hope for rescuing Star Wars is that Starfighter movie with Ryan Gosling. So it's almost like Pro called that. 6.5 says the first Dragon Queen. There you go. Yeah, it is what it is. Only Polly from Latino Slant loves the Mando movie. I look if I said this to a couple of people because I try to reply to comments within the first 24 hours of doing a video or a live stream. Um, I said this. I said I'm glad you got some enjoyment out of it because if you enjoyed it, then the movie wasn't a waste. For as much money as I ended up spending on this film, um, I wasted money. This thing is going to be out on Disney minus faster than you would think. They artificially held hoppers. It's still in theaters as of right now, and it's that film is hot garbage. They're trying to break even on that movie. I just don't see it happening. See, and I think this down here, Mando's got a problem as well. And again, I'm not going to fault Paulie for his opinion. If he enjoyed it and he had lots of good things to say, that's great. Yeah, I never really thought Mando was ever really in danger or going to die. I think we know. Look, everything was telegraphed in the film. After the first act, everybody knew what was going to happen. Everybody knew, and if you know the Huts, you knew what was going to happen. I'm not going to do spoilers here or anything. I'm just going to say it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, Jared says I wasn't going to see this because I've personally been trying to avoid as much Disney stuff as I can until they figure out what to do with Jimmy Kimmel. That's actually a good place to start. It's a principled place to start. Um, like I said, it's my job um, to see things so you don't have to. That's kind of how I look at what I do on the various platforms and everything. Uh, and if you think my opinion is worth listening to, and that helps you make a decision about whether to see something or not, then that's great. That's kind of why I do it. But I also try not to sugarcoat things. And again, I mean, the film isn't bad. It's not the worst film I've seen all year. Believe me, there are much worse films I've seen this year. Hoppers being one of them. But it's just it's not good. It certainly doesn't deserve the name Star Wars on top of it. Um, they got a lot to do. Grandma Sigourney, Karate Commando. Yeah, old man Ripley. Uh, she actually didn't look too bad. I don't know how old she is, and look, I'm is what it is. Yeah, it was a made for TV movie or miniseries. That's how I reviewed it. That makes sense, actually, Dragon Queen. And I missed your review yesterday. I'll have to pop over and check it out. But yeah. Yeah, I had a friend who fell asleep in the movie theater watching it. That's not surprising, Jed. Um, like you said, there was like the at a certain point, um, Baby Grogu has to take care of Mando. I'm not going to tell you why, what happens, anything else related to that. What I will say is it's it's overdrawn. It's far too long. You could have cut out 40 minutes of this movie, made it a tight 90, and been in great shape. Culture's naked. Well, my face is naked. So there's that. Ah, Lady Gamester says, I like your sheer. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yep. Hair donated, and beard properly shaped into a goatee, which I'm going to be a lot more comfortable in, especially out in the greenhouses and working outside and everything else I got to do this year. Yeah. Flat Elf says, Hail, culture, chat. Where's the beard? Well, it is gone. It's not like it won't come back. If you guys have been following me long enough, you know, if I want Santa Claus's beard, I can grow it. Between now and December, I think we're safe. Doom Slayer says obsession was good, just hate how all of that was caused by some $8 stupid little gag toy. Yeah, well, a lot of people really enjoyed um obsession. I've gotten nothing but from the people that seen it, I got nothing but compliments for it. Yeah. What is a Grey Goose? Grey Goose is an overpriced vodka. Blando and Grey Goose. There you go. While Danny Evans says my kids wanted to see it, so I took them. I ended up falling asleep and missed most of the movie. What I saw wasn't bad though. Shouldn't have been a movie. Yeah, it probably should have just stayed a TV series, which is what it was originally written for. It is what it is. They spent too much money on it, no matter what. And thank you, Scott, for 49 months. You're amazing. For those of you out there that have been celebrating with us for as long as you've been here, I just want to say thank you. And you know what? I haven't played any clips. Um, should I punish you with Pedro? I don't think that's fair. What I will do is say thank you to Scott Westbrook, who says, after 49 months, ACC, any chance you will be in Tennessee for ICCC next month? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Um, I need to talk to the Echo Base guys and some other folks, so I don't know yet. That's the only way I can answer it. I think I think I'll make it to some other events this year, but I have not I haven't planned for ICCCCCCCC, but there's a chance. There's a chance. ICCCCCCCCCC. Yeah. It's a lot of C's. Trying to make it to a video game thing. We'll see if I make it to that. Man, my phone's blowing up this morning. Look at all these great people out here. Everybody remember that Memorial Day mourns those honored. Yeah. And it's Veterans Day where we honor our veteran. Yeah. Yeah. It's those and look, I serving veteran, etc. I think we should honor them at both holidays, but today is dedicated to the people who gave the last full measure. So it's in memory of their sacrifice that we all enjoy the day of freedom. One of my friends lost a lot of friends in Mogadishu. So, whew, anyway, Jedi Master's like, be back in a bit. That's what that stands for. I didn't know that for a long time. Yeah, I was when I was learning to play WoW, and again, it was on one of the first like original 8 servers. Um, um, I didn't know what some of the keyboard lingo was because I hadn't played Evercrack or any of the other like massively online role playing games, MMORPGs, massively multiplayer online role playing games. Yeah, that's what it is. So anyway, I didn't know what BRB was, and then I figured that out. And then when people were like bio, that meant going to the bathroom and all that other thing. But I picked it up. I miss Vanilla WoW. I know there's a way to do Vanilla WoW, and they're relaunching WoW. It's going to bring some old folks back. We'll see. I tell you what, the modern computers are going to kick that game's butt visually. Little less angular looking animations, I'm sure. Again, thanks to Barry the Music Man for the coffee cup this morning. I definitely need the coffee. DK Bones celebrating 9 months. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. That's right. Chief William Schweiker. Culture doesn't know. Aren't you married? Ask your wife. Women know everything. Eh. Is Matt G in the house? I think Matt G's here. And so's Luke. Hi, Luke. What's up? Issue 3 of my comic Encrypted has arrived from the printer and is fully available in my Square store. Go check that out, folks. Luke's been working hard. He's been doing a lot of stuff. And congratulations, my friend. I know it's been a long slog for you. Years. Doc says, I have an aversion to Pedro and especially Colbert, Lord of the Rings videos. Oh, yeah, it's going to be wild. Gonna be wild. Dean Krantz says First Lieutenant John Epple Jr., KIA. That's killed in action. 24 July, 1043, pilot of a B 24 Liberator. There you go. That's what we are supposed to remember, amongst many others. Forever grateful we are. The hat says Titleist, which is a golf brand. Specifically, well, they make everything, but golf balls. So used to play with nothing but. Yeah, Lady Gamester says Memorial Day used to be called Decoration Day, and that actually was part of the situation for my family yesterday. Many graves were honored yesterday, so yeah, you tidied up the grave, you decorated it with flowers, um, and there's actually little vases that are. where the headstones are. Yeah, Karate Commando is correct. We're seeing the same actors over and over again in every movie, and they are as tiresome as ever. And that includes Mark Ruffalo specifically. And the fact that they have to go back in time to get some of these older, washed up people and stuff, that's a real problem. World War 11. Teresa Becker says, my dad, World War II, uh, that died January 2026 at the age of 102. I celebrate and thank him today. That's amazing. Um, we don't have many of World War II vets left now. We're that far separated from that conflict, but we are grateful for your father's service. William Chief Schweiker says, as a Desert Shield and Desert Storm vet today, I remember those 22 sailors that died when a ferry boat capsized off the coast of Haifa, Israel, just before Christmas. Yeah. Yeah. Dean Krantz says John Epple was a member of the same bomber group as Gene Roddenberry. Wow. Both had flown over 100 missions. That's insane. Goodness. Chief William Schweiger says we lost a pilot from VFA 81 during the first attack of Desert Storm. His body wasn't found, returned home until 2012. Well, I have to say I'm grateful that it was located and returned home. Karate Commando. This is kind of a meme because uh, the non-American representative in Minnesota, what's her name? Elon Omar. Um, she said that in an interview. World War 11, or in public speaking. I don't know if it was actually in an interview. She was talking to a crowd of reporters, but she was misreading her notes. So she probably looked at the Roman numerals 2 and decided it was 11. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word. Padre, what's up? Papa Cotton in the house says, I like the beard trim, Cuddles. It looks like you live indoors now. Thank you. You look like you might smell okay, Culture. The Flat Alf says, my grandfather was a Royal Marine D-Day. Oh, wow. My great uncle, Parachute Regiment, OP Market Garden. My dad, Royal Marine, 1966, 1978. Amazing stuff, Flat Out. Is that like Corinthians? Yeah. Uh, this is the fake CC. Wild Man of Yavin, it is not. But yeah, I tell you what, my face is cooler. Although one of the tricks, again, if you're going to have a long beard, shave your neck, because that's one of the tricks of keeping yourself more comfortable. If you're going to have a beard, first of all, nobody can call you a neck beard that way, and second, it hangs lighter on your face. So, Gamester says Market Garden was horrific. Yeah, shave the neck; it's itchy. Yeah, And again, I mean, that's look. I mean, if you're gonna rep as as a bearded one, you better know how to do that. Shave the back too. I tell you what, the barber spent quite a bit of time making sure everything was cleaned up. So yeah, yeah. Sin's Corner. Yeah, we are closing in on that $800 million. $800 million. I think we're gonna see it by probably Wednesday or Thursday this week. And, that's an amazing global total, truly. Protect your neck. Little Wu-Tang Clan for you. You could always buy a self-grooming kit. I have plenty of tools, but, but going to the barber is kinda like a ritual for me when I am getting my hair cut or getting a shave. Hot shave is a ritual, especially before a trip. Um Because it reduces the number of times I have to shave because of how tight it is with a straight razor. Hot shaves are just glorious. So, if you're a man, so it's like getting a, pedicure for you ladies. Yeah, my head is definitely a few pounds, lighter for sure. Maintaining the goatee is going to stink. Little scissors, hunting and pecking. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be fine. I've maintained a goatee for most of my life, actually. Most of my life. Probably since I graduated high school, I've had a goatee. There are very few times in my life after high school and into college where I had a clean shaven face. So there's that. Zombie Box Review says I need to bounce. See ya around. All right, buddy. Take good care. Flat Off says apologies. It was Operation Market Garden. He swam the Rhine injured. My grandfather was special ops. Ian Fleming's 30 AU 6 days. Wow, 6 days after D Day. Wow, that's crazy. I tell you what, Fleming had a lot of stories to tell, and that the war movie um, that Henry Cavill was just in, like this last year, um, that was inspired by Ian Fleming's stories as well, based on real events, actually. Ungentlemanly warfare, I think. What about the birds that lived in the beard? Right now, I have a bird's nest in one of the citrus trees, so I'm trying to get rid of all the dead wood and cut everything out and get rid of all the suckers, so I can repaint the trunks for the citrus trees because you don't want your citrus trees to get sunburned. Actually, you don't want any trees to get sunburned. If you've got a tree that has a tendency to have its bark pull back when moisture is limited or it's hot part of the year, it's always a good idea to paint the tree's trunk with white tree paint to prevent sunburn, believe it or not, and cracking. So, yeah, people were definitely different back then. Yeah. Red Dead Sight says, "Bro, the epic beard is gone." Wow. Yeah. Well, like I said, it can come and go. I can grow the beard pretty quickly. Gary can too. I mean, if you guys have ever seen Gary can grow his beard like super quick. It's just a thing. But anyway, I got to bounce out of here. Normally, I'd be headed over to Midnight's Edge in the morning for the first hour, but I've got some other stuff I've got to take care of, including eating. And then I've got to get cracking on the packing because I got to be on the road. So tomorrow, no 6 minute daily. And I'm going to try to put a video together for tomorrow morning for all y'all. And then you'll see a lot more live stuff over the course of the next few days than you will see any videos because I'll be traveling. So, with all that being said, I'm going to say this: Happy Memorial Day to each and every one of you. Remember why we remember, and be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya for real.
Are you tired of the same old buffet food at Wang's? Have you had enough dong to last you a lifetime? Well, take just a few more steps past those single-minded restaurants and dive into Sherry's Slam and Clam. Sherry's Slam and Clam Shellfish Bar is truly all you can eat, unlike the 2 shrimp limit that stingy bastard Wang has. In a hurry, let Sherry stuff your box. To go! Be shellfish and take all you want from Sherry's Slam and Clam. Located next to the 3rd Street Bolorama, Sherry's is open 6 days a week. If you are looking to slam clam, get to Sherry's today.